From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now all the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, August 19th. We're going to hit the repeat button again for your weather pattern Thursday. Very similar to what we had yesterday. A few showers, isolated storm or two for the afternoon hours, highs in the mid-80s. Got to keep that muggy air around, too, so I'm sure that you're feeling that out there. And this morning, a man is in custody after investigators say he shot and killed a grandmother and her granddaughter at the NHK plant near Frankfort yesterday. And this morning, we know who that suspect is. Clinton County says that 26-year-old Gary Farrell opened fire in the parking lot. Now charges are expected. Police tell us the victims and the suspect all worked together at NHK. What investigators say they don't know is if the two women killed were the intended targets. The Clinton County Sheriff's Department says the victims were 21-year-old Promise Mays and 62-year-old Pamela Sled. Grandmother and granddaughter, both employees at NHK. The suspect, 26-year-old Farrell, the second, also an employee. Investigators say he shot the two outside the plant around 4:15 yesterday afternoon. The Clinton County Central Dispatch says at least 9 911 calls came in a matter of minutes from the facility a little after 4. The callers named the suspect and said they knew him from work. Once officers got there, they say they found him, but he drove away, which initiated a police chase. Officers say Farrell was going close to 100 miles per hour before crashing in a construction zone in the city of Frankfort. That's when he was arrested. Now, Clinton County Sheriff Rich Kelly says getting through this tragedy will take some time.
I know that the tragedies that Clinton County has faced today is something that will never go unforgotten or unnoticed. This is something that you can't prepare for. We watch it happen in other cities and other states, other areas, other parts of this world, and you hope and pray that it never happens here at home. So with that, it's difficult. It's crushing.
NHK released a statement, too. The company emphasized that it is cooperating with authorities. It ends by saying, "We are shocked and saddened by these events, and our prayers and sympathy go out to the friends, families, and coworkers of the victims." The sheriff says the suspect has no known criminal history and says that more information, including charges, are expected to come out sometime in the next 36 hours. And one person is dead and another injured after an early morning shooting on the northwest side of Indianapolis. According to IMPD, officers got a call of shots fired on Michigan Road near West 79th Street, but didn't find anyone. Then officers say two people showed up at St. Vincent Hospital on 86th Street with gunshot wounds just before 1 this morning. One died at the hospital, and right now there's no word on the condition of the second person. Indianapolis police are also working to see if two shootings on the east side are connected. Similar story. Police say no one was at the scene of a reported person shot just before 10 last night on North Kitley Avenue. It's near 21st Street in Shadeland. But officers say someone arrived with a gunshot wound at Community East Hospital around the same time a separate shooting wounded one person on East 38th Street near Emerson. Police say initial reports show the two injuries could be related. And the North Shadeland Alliance is gathering officials and city leaders to discuss crime in Indianapolis. It'll be tonight. It's an advocacy group calling their meeting a Crime Summit Q&A. Reverend Dr. Charles Harrison from Indy 10 Point Coalition, Commander Michael Woolley of IMPD, and City Councilors Dan Boots and Ethan Evans will be there. The summit's set to start at Castleton United Methodist Church at 6:30 tonight. And more schools are returning to mask mandates or remote learning because of the number of children who are sick or quarantining because of COVID-19. Perry Township schools are requiring masks starting today for all staff, students, and visitors until further notice. The school district says it'll monitor positivity rates and make adjustments to the mandate as needed. We asked Wish TV medical expert and former Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams about the negative reaction many parents have to such mandates. And he contends it's driven mostly by misinformation.
For instance, there are people who think that their child is going to retain CO2 if they wear a mask. That is not true. I'm an anesthesiologist. I wear a mask all day, every day. There are people who don't understand how incredibly contagious this Delta variant is, and they think because their child was okay last year that they're going to be okay this year. Not true with a virus that emits 1,000 times more particles out there. And the final thing I would say to parents is, look, you can send your child to school with a mask, or your child can be forced into virtual learning at home or worse. I put out a tweet recently illustrating that the discomfort from wearing a mask is much less than the discomfort of your child being on a ventilator. And unfortunately, our ICUs right now at our pediatric hospitals are filling up with children who have COVID, who are on ventilators.
Adam says keeping children in schools for in-person learning should be the priority. An IT mate is looking into a strange coded language on an indie Facebook page that might be people trying to buy and sell fake vaccination cards. IT mate's Jasmine Miner spoke to a woman concerned about how easy it is and what the lasting impact could be.
When I saw that this morning, I was like, this is illegal.
Yes, it is. Very illegal.
If any person just reading it would probably be like, what are these crazy people talking about? These sentences don't even make sense. But when you break them down, they refer to the vaccine cards as recipe cards.
She's a member of an Indiana Facebook group for moms. She says the group has evolved into a place where the fear of getting the vaccine has turned into a place to find fake vaccination cards.
They started deleting posts that had the word vaccine in them and telling people to call it cookies.
One of the people in charge of the group posted this code cheat sheet showing emojis and ways to get around being flagged on Facebook. But with nearly 4,000 members, it's growing.
Dozens of people saying interested. Like they're interested in getting the fake COVID card too.
And now she says people are selling these cards on places like Etsy and getting them from doctors.
They recommend medical doctors who you can go to get these unproven COVID treatments. When you Google, like, what do you do when somebody is making fake COVID vaccine cards? Like, the answer is to report them to the FBI.
It's a federal document with a federal seal, and so it's a falsified document.
Spencer Brooks is an FBI supervisor special agent in Indianapolis. He says that these cards aren't so hard to get.
You come across a website that appears to be selling blank vaccination cards or fake vaccination cards, copying, pasting that website and sending it to ic3.gov probably won't take you very much time.
And when you think of all the places that may ask for vaccination cards, like concerts like Maroon 5 at Ruoff Music Center,
that kind of drives the market and unfortunately then can drive the black market for that kind of thing.
It's easy to see how one fake card can have a devastating impact, especially on kids.
It's awful to be a parent right now. I feel like we're literally choosing between our children's education and their lives. Just to the point, as a parent, I'm so tired of our kids paying the price for adults being idiots.
That was Jasmine Miner reporting. The Attorney General's office released a statement to News8. It reads in part, "We have not seen any evidence of fake COVID vaccine cards on the dark web specific to Indiana and will issue warnings to the public as warranted." So certainly something we'll keep our eyes on. And Johnson & Johnson says they'll be releasing more data soon to help determine if a booster shot is needed for its vaccine. According to CNN, preliminary reports released by the company last month claim the durability of the immune response remains strong 8 months after receiving the dose. The current U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy has already come out to say that a booster will likely be needed for those who receive the J&J vaccine. And the news comes on the heels of the Biden administration's plan to roll out COVID-19 booster shots to Americans who received either the Moderna or Pfizer vaccines. John Lawrence has the latest.
We have a responsibility to give the maximum amount of protection.
It's official. On September 20th, COVID-19 vaccine booster shots will be made available to Americans. The plan? Every adult gets a booster shot 8 months after receiving their second shot.
It will be easy. Just show your vaccination card and you'll get a booster. No other ID, no insurance, no state residency requirement.
But the World Health Organization is pushing back on COVID-19 booster shots, saying there isn't clear evidence they're needed and that offering COVID-19 booster shots to the already vaccinated might be taking away from people who haven't been able to get their first dose.
We're planning to hand out extra life jackets to people who already have life jackets, while we're leaving other people to drown without a single life jacket. That's the reality. Science is not certain on this.
But President Biden and the Surgeon General both insist they can handle dishing out booster shots to Americans while continuing efforts to help vaccinate the rest of the world.
There's some world leaders who say America shouldn't get a third shot until other countries got their first shot. I disagree.
Getting people vaccinated is going to be key to preventing the rise of future variants. We know that, we see that clearly, and we believe we have to work on both fronts as we have been.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Congress is set to question the commander-in-chief about Afghanistan. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell sent a letter to President Biden. They want a briefing on the number of American citizens still in the country and the plan to evacuate citizens outside Kabul. We're hearing from the president this morning in an exclusive interview with ABC News. President Biden is promising to keep U.S. troops in the country until every American citizen who wants to leave is out. That could extend past his previous August 31st deadline.
Depends on where we are and whether we can ramp these numbers up to 5,000 to 7,000 a day coming out. If that's the case, they'll all be out.
The president did not clarify if the commitment included evacuated Afghan nationals. And this morning, the White House says the number of people evacuated from Afghanistan has climbed to nearly 6,000. A White House official says the number of people evacuated every day is expected to rise because a system has been put in place. The announcement comes as the U.S. Embassy in Kabul warns that it can't promise safe passage to the airport for Americans. The Taliban has previously promised safe passage for people wanting to evacuate. Clarissa Ward is a CNN journalist on the ground in Afghanistan. She's getting an up-close and personal look at what it's like for people trying to leave the country.
Camp Phoenix. You work at Camp Phoenix.
It's my HR letter.
Yeah. You were a translator?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we are doing.
So they're saying they all worked at American camps as translators for the Americans, and they can't get into that airport. These Taliban fighters are a little upset with us. Let's keep going.
Ward explains that multiple people with documents and paperwork were not allowed into the airport. Today, back here at home, Rick's Boatyard is reopening after a fire temporarily shut it down. They posted a sign in the window last night. We reached out to fire officials who said they didn't have any details about exactly what happened, but restaurant managers later posted on Facebook saying they would reopen today with normal business hours. And today, INDOT is hosting a job fair in Indianapolis. You can walk in from 2 to 6 at their building on South Brookville Road. Full-time positions are available. Highway maintenance technicians with a CDL start at $20 per hour, though you're not required to have a CDL when you apply. Equipment mechanics start at around $22 per hour. And there is a lot of optimism to go around this morning for Colts fans. There are indications that Carson Wentz could be coming back earlier than expected. Head coach Frank Reich is warning Wentz not to push it when it comes to rehab, though. Wentz went back on the practice field yesterday doing walkthroughs for the first time since his foot surgery. Reich says Wentz is antsy to get back in the driver's seat.
He's got to be patient and just stay focused on the mental side of it right now, and we got to let things take their course. But at the same time, there's a time to push things, and we'll keep doing that as it's appropriate. I mean, everything's going well, but we have not pushed it yet. And so we're going to have to wait till we get to the point where we push it and see how things respond. And we just don't want to do that too soon, too fast.
The Colts head back to the practice field at 10 o'clock this morning. And work is about to begin to extend the Nickel Plate Trail in Fishers. Paving will start next week. The trail extension is from 131st Street to the Noblesville border at 146th Street. It was an old railroad bed that was closed to the public. The new section would be complete by the end of October. It'll have a trail crossing and pedestrian warning signal at 141st Street. That'll be installed the week of October 11th during fall break for Hamilton Southeastern schools. And the Indiana State Fair is taking you back in time with a new exhibit to end this year's event. Dino Stroll is an interactive way to show kids and adults 75 dinosaurs up close. It just started yesterday and will run through Sunday, the last day of the fair. It will also come back to the fairgrounds for 2 days in September. And finally, to business headlines. T-Mobile says hackers took the Social Security numbers and other personal information of more than 40 million current and prospective customers. Investigators say that stolen data has already been offered for sale in online forums and could eventually be used to commit fraud like identity theft. The company said it had reset the PIN codes of all of the affected prepaid accounts. A serious food recall has been announced affecting brands of pet food made by Midwestern Pet Food. Sport Mix brand's dry dog foods are the main products in question, and per the FDA, poor safety standards have led to illness and even death in numerous dogs. The issue is the presence of a dead aflatoxin that can poison pets. The FDA has a list of affected products on its website. Old Navy will combine plus-size women's clothes and other sizes at the same price. Starting tomorrow, Old Navy will be offering every one of its women's styles in all sizes with no price difference. The moves are expected to help Old Navy reach $10 billion in annual sales by 2023. You can now fly direct from Indianapolis to the Florida Keys. The new nonstop flight to Key West is the 21st the airport has added this year and the 5th for Allegiant Air. The route begins December 1st and will operate twice a week. Allegiant is offering one-way fares beginning at $59. And the world's biggest furniture brand is branching out into selling renewable energy to households, starting with its home market in Sweden. Households will be able to buy affordable renewable electricity from solar and wind parks starting in September through IKEA. Now, IKEA didn't say if it would expand the program outside of Sweden, though. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com. allindianapodcastnetwork.com.